Shifting our focus now to Ranchi and to the House of Horror. A suspended BJP leader, Seema Patra, was arrested earlier today, finally, for tormenting a house help. It was not just torment, it went much beyond that. Some of the charges against her, and listen to this. She forced the house help, who's a tribal girl, to lick urine, often burnt her with hot pans. She even smashed her teeth with an iron rod and starved her. Seema Patra was caught thanks to her son, actually. Her son sought help from a friend who worked in the government. He said, can you do something for this maid? My mother is tormenting her. And that is how authorities landed up at Seema Patra's residence. She has now been sent to 14 days of judicial custody. The tainted ex-BJP leader, however, is claiming that she is innocent, that she is being framed. I'm being joined by Shiv Sena MP Priyanka Chaturvedi, who's been very vocal on the story. Priyanka, thank you very much for joining us on the show. The lady in question, of course, has now been arrested, but the details of the case are more than horrifying. What has been your reaction to what you have seen so far?
Considering that this case, where the witness is saying, where the victim rather, not even the witness, she's claiming that for past 8 years she has been facing this kind of brutality. While the lady in question, the one who has been arrested, has been torturing her for past 8 years, is also a national office bearer of BJP's Mahila wing, also the state convener for Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Mistreating a tribal woman the way she has is extremely shameful, and any little measure that they take, preemptive measure or measures to show that they are the Bharatiya Janata Party is not associated to these kind of crimes, it totally speaks of the double standards of the Bharatiya Janata Party. When on one hand, when Draupadi Murmuji, there was a wrong term used for Draupadi Murmuji, there were women cabinet ministers who stood up in the parliament and said that this humiliation was sanctioned by the Congress president, and I was expecting an apology from the Congress president, are today all silent at this kind of brutality. Again, a tribal woman who has been badly treated actually exposes what Bharatiya Janata Party has been standing up for, or rather not standing up for.
But is it fair to ask the BJP to apologize for something that a leader was doing inside her own house and no one knew about it? After all, and let's give credit to the son who actually tipped off authorities about his mother's misbehavior towards the domestic help.
Firstly, I'm glad that the son who has a little bit of conscience left, who has come up and exposed this. Considering she was an active member of the Bharatiya Janata Party, was actively campaigning for them, was part of the national committee, are we saying that these national committee members don't go through any kind of checks and balances? How they're treating and how they're mistreating people. It is not about what they do inside their homes. I'm sure what they do inside their homes is also a reflection of what they do in the society. Were they deliberately staying silent? So it raises a lot of questions on the kind of office bearers that BJP has managed to gather. Let's not forget, in Uttar Pradesh recently, from Mathura railway station, a baby boy, an infant boy was picked up. And that particular child, when they launched the manhunt, was found in a BJP corporator's home, where the police is saying, the Uttar Pradesh police is saying that they have been running the syndicate. Another office bearer who's a party office bearer who's won on the election symbol of Bharatiya Janata Party. Today in India, we have seen a 15% rise in crimes against women. NCRB data shows that. What does it speak of the society that they have made it out to be? Today, the accused and not even accused, the convicted in Bilkis Bano gang rape case are today outside roaming free and nobody speaking up. What does it speak of the Bharatiya Janata Party? That the hypocrisy will reign supreme and you will only speak up when it's politically convenient for you. It is not about justice. It is not about equality. It is not about ensuring that there is equal treatment meted out to all. It is only very politically driven support or no support, silence or speaking up. Outrage. So that is why I accuse the BJP, and that is why today they have shamed the nation. They have shamed every tribal woman of this country, the tribal people of this country. And I remember Smriti Irani standing up and saying this was a humiliation sanctioned by the Congress president for using a wrong word to address the Rashtrapati. Today, who has this humiliation been sanctioned by? I would say the highest echelons of Bharatiya Janata Party organization, and they all owe an apology to not just the tribal women of this country, to the women of this country,
But
whether
this
it is the lady who's running a trafficking syndicate, whether it is this office bearer who was mistreating her house help.
But this is not just a political story, you're making it out to be a political story, but in the last 2 weeks, this is a larger issue. In the last 2 weeks, this is the third case that has hit the national headlines about the way we treat people who work for us. Does it say something about what we have become?
No, forget the house help today. Those who are coming from far off towns and states who are helping us lead probably a better life, a salaried life, and a more, life where we have all the comforts and luxury. Today, any resident at Noida, a woman at Noida can go out and slap the watchman. A Gurgaon resident steps out of the lift because the lift got stuck, hits out at the liftman. What kind of society are we building amongst ourselves? And we all need to introspect. These are people who are leaving their homes for lack of better jobs in their states. And if they are coming to work in your homes or work in your societies, I think they deserve equal respect, because what they're doing, the jobs that they're doing, also require equal amount of dignity, and they are doing this service to you. They're giving you a certain service. At least appreciate that. I think we're moving into a society which has become extremely insensitive, and also a reflection of what we have become. And I think this particular horrendous case, I would say, has crossed all boundaries and has created an outrage across the nation. At the same time, we have to just nearly look around us. Anyone coming from different states are badly treated, underpaid, and having to face this kind of behavior. I think everyone should really, as a society,
We all need...
I would say, introspect at how their behavior is towards their immediate staff
we
and
all
staff
need,
around them.
Thank you, Priyanka Chaturvedi. We all need to introspect on the way we treat our house staff. They are not our slaves. We simply need to remember them. They are providing us essential services which enable that we can step out of our homes and go do our jobs, earn a salary, feed our children, etc. They are part of our lives. They are not our slaves. We leave it there for the moment, something for all of us to introspect about, not just the BJP and not just politicians. Thank you very much, Priyanka.